everybody. Listen to me. I'm gonna tell you how it's supposed to be. Yeah. I'm gonna be a free man. I'm gonna find until the end. I'm gonna find the answer here. Yeah, welcome to the Chris and Mike Show. He's Mike, I'm Chris, and a portion of the show is brought to you by Riverside FM, the one and only choice for podcast platforms. Remember, we are live on Twitch, YouTube, and chrisandmikeshow.com, so you can go there right now, and you can check out our time with the super cool human with an amazing life resume, rock and roll, country rock, and southern rock, and cool-ass mofo, Mr. Dave Nudo. He joins us for an encore presentation of his life.
Welcome back.
Hi, Dave.
Hey, guys.
So what's going on in the Dave Nudo world, man?
Well, just recording music and trying to get some new stuff out there. We did I kind of reimagined a little bit, a couple of old songs, Betting on a Bullet and The Lord of the Devil.
Right.
And I just re-recorded it more, the way we've been doing it live instead of the way that it
was originally done. Yeah.
It's a little, I think it's got a little more balls to
cool.
it, And then I got this new song I just released out there. It's called How Do I? That was actually a kind of a story that came kind of naturally when I first met my wife, when we first started kind of, liking each other and seeing each other and that sort of stuff. Yeah, and trying to figure out how to bring a brand new love into this life that I live,
Yeah.
I'm a musician, so I'm gone a lot and then I'm out late and it's just like, that's not conducive for a brand new girl to try to deal with,
Nope. I've always equated a musician to being a cowboy because you're never home. You're always out. You're always doing something.
It's a little bit like that.
Yeah. You're always doing
like
something.
Yeah.
Well, you definitely.
And then when you're not, you're home doing stuff at the house and doing yard work and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Home Depot and whatnot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike. You were going to say something.
No, I was going to say we were talking before the show. You definitely nailed it with How Do I, because I didn't know that was you when it came up in my playlist. I had forgotten that I put it in there. Spotify's really cool about letting you know when you like somebody and follow them. Your song came up when it was new, so I just hit the follow button, so it threw it in my liked folder, and you came up in the middle of everybody else, and I didn't know who it was. So if anybody out there hasn't heard it, go look up Dave Nudo, How Do I, along with Lord of the Devil, as soon as he releases the new version, for sure.
Yeah.
I've introduced so many
absolutely
people to that song, dude. And so is Chris.
I sure appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate both you guys.
I thank you. We appreciate you. I told you that when we first had you on the show, I just looked for your song titles, and that was the one that stood out at me. So I didn't even know how badass it was going to be. I just liked the title. And
Yeah, I thought it was kind of catchy.
It is kind of catchy.
Yeah, I don't know. It just sort of came naturally too. That was a three in the morning sort of thing. I was still up and hanging out, and I just got this idea about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead, tell a story.
It's really more about it was more about like the groove of it too. It was like just sort of a driver like that. And I don't know. I was thinking about all the shit you find on TV with the commercials and all that, and they're all trying to sell you some kind of pill all the time that's going to fix everything for you. And it's like, we all need some pill to swallow.
Yep.
That's the first line of the chorus, and then it got me to thinking, who's guiding this little freight train? Is it for you, or is it the Lord or the devil? Because to me, all that consumer bullshit is. I mean, I partake in a lot of that kind of consumer nonsense, but it's certainly not great. Grounded in anything for necessarily a righteous path of any kind.
So
Nope.
Usually it's trying to eliminate hard work and that kind of stuff.
here's something funny, Dave. I was half in the bag last night because I worked 3 12-hour days this week, and I was just
Nope.
tired, man. So, I had a couple extra beers, and one of those commercials came on, and I had to rewind it to time how long the horrible side effects lasted in that commercial. It was 24
Yeah.
seconds of the commercial was, this will kill you, cause you to want to kill yourself, cause you to bleed out your eyes,
Yeah.
your ears, places you don't want to have things like that happen. I thought about your song. I was like, man.
Now here's
Right.
here's the thing that's going to just blow your mind. Okay, those side effects were done with test subjects because you see that stuff. You can be a lab test animal, human, because they'll check them on the rats first, right? And once they pass the rat test, then they go to humans. So you can be a case study for Pfizer, right, international, and make $10,000 over a course of 2 months. But you're taking all this crap. So every side effect happened to somebody. Somebody died.
Yeah.
Somebody's eyes bled. Somebody's ears bled. Somebody,
Anal leakage.
Right. Somebody's penis went limp and never came back. Just their hair fell out.
man.
I mean, think about that shit. So when you're watching TV, boys and girls, and you see these commercials for these drugs that they're pimping out, the side effects actually happen to real life human beings.
So true.
Right.
And somehow that still gets past the FDA. It's mind-boggling.
I don't know, one in a million, 1 in 20,000, 1 in 10. I don't know what their ratio is for these side effects, actually affecting people in a large way, but maybe it's not worth it.
No.
Maybe it's not worth it.
I think it's lower than that, man. I don't think you test 1 million people because that's not cost effective. I think you're testing small groups like 1,000 or maybe 100. I can't imagine, a big drug company, like when they discovered Viagra worked for erectile dysfunction. It was created for I think it was the Navy SEALs, something to do with their lungs and their heart or something, why they were doing all that insane training. And then that was a byproduct. That was and then all of a sudden they started getting erections. It was like, what the hell is this? And they realized, oh, this does this, which is what it was designed for. This was a side effect. Now we can make trillions of dollars on this, fuck curing cancer, but let's give everybody a heart on.
For 3 hours.
Yeah, right.
Well, 4 hours. 4 hours is worst case scenario, but 3 hours.
After 4 hours, seek medical attention.
Right. So, funny story. We have some friends that happened to him,
Oh, no.
and so he had to go to the hospital, and they actually have to drain. They got to stick something in the deal,
Really?
and then drain because he took the wrong amount or something wacky, and so it was still at attention 4 hours later, and then it started getting painful, so they had to go to the hospital, and sure enough, man, they have to drain something. They have to poke it, and then just drain it. It's like, oh,
Stick it in like it's a vein.
he's like, want to see a picture? I'm like, no,
Draw
I don't want to see a
blood
picture.
from it like a
I do
vein.
not want to see a picture. I don't need to see a picture. I can visualize.
I have one of those. I got.
Thanks,
a real
but
good
no
I
thank
don't
you.
want to.
No. So the Dave
crazy.
Nuno band, are you touring? Are you going on the road? What's the dealio? It's May 1st. Welcome to May, boys and girls, in 2026. What's on the horizon for the band, my friend?
I saw you put the band back together, first and foremost.
Yeah. So I had a couple of lineup changes here recently too, and I've been pretty happy with the group of guys as far as playing and all that stuff goes. But I think we've kind of leveled up a little bit. I got all of the key components that I was always looking for. Like when I first recorded County Line, I wanted a group of guys, one, a 3-part harmony on the vocals, wherever it's necessary. Of course, we're not going to be the Diamond Rio or that, but it's
No, I don't want you to be
that
Diamond
quality
Rio.
is what I was looking for.
Yeah. Beat Dave Nuno. Don't be
No,
Diamond Rio.
But as far as like the ability to throw that in there when I want it, we have that
absolutely.
ability.
Cool.
And so I got a guy on drums. His name's Danny Gately. He's also one of the harmony vocalists. he's got just a big old huge metal drum kit and just kind of what I was always looking for, something big drums. And now in the way of guitars, I got Ronnie Long on guitar, lead guitar, and he's just an expert player. I mean, he's got chicken picking. He can play like the best of them. He can play like all your favorite rock and like hard rock and then country music as well. So that's just kind of what I have not updated the website though.
I didn't think so. But I still like to show
that's
the website.
Kyle.
Okay,
So
right
that's
there.
Kyle, the bass player there with the green bass. He's still in the band.
Cool.
Now he's like the old, the longest member of the band besides myself.
Right on.
He's also one of the harmony vocalists. And
Shout out to Kyle.
Yeah,
Good
Kyle
job, Kyle.
Christensen.
Good God.
Yeah.
Good job, Kyle. Keep it
So
up,
I've
man.
got a group of guys that we all fit in really well together, and as far as personalities go, and just the four dudes that I would actually three other dudes that I would actually like hanging out with as well, and
And that's
we get
important.
to do that a
That
little
is
bit
so
too. So
important. Yeah.
Yes, that is the
Yeah.
most important aspect
Yeah,
of
absolutely.
being in a band. If you don't like them, then
Oh, man.
get rid of them. If you don't, because you
Yeah.
just gotta like them. You gotta like them. You spend so much time. People don't. I think people realize it more so now than they did before. But being in a band is like being in a marriage. But it's not just one person. It's 3, 4,
Yeah.
5, 6.
Yeah.
We had a lady on not too long ago, Deborah Masterson, who got to go on tour with Sammy Davis Jr. What did she say, Mike? There was 9 people in that band.
9 or 11. I think
Yeah.
that one might have been 11.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
yeah, totally. So you got
That's a lot of people to try to get along with.
Yeah. Well, imagine the artists like Bruno Mars is on tour right now. So when he came to Arizona, I saw some pictures and stuff. His it's amazing. Like 20 people, man, plus the musicians.
Oh, because
Because
Oh,
all
wow.
the choreo, the dancers and shit. Yeah, I mean that's one
Oh,
of the
yeah.
artists. That's one of the artists when my daughter she's going to be 30 now in September. When she was young, I was like, this guy's going to be around for a long time
Oh yeah.
because you could just tell he was talented.
Yeah.
Him and the only two I really thought of
Oh.
everybody should listen to Justin Bieber and Bruno Mars. I'm like, okay,
Well,
they have something that most people don't.
Bruno's another one that you like to say, Chris, that he plays all those instruments.
Yeah.
He not
Yeah.
only is that talented at dancing and singing, he
Right.
actually envisions how that song's going to be with every instrument. That's so
Yeah.
impressive.
Is he one of them guys that plays all the parts in the studio and then hires guys
Yep.
to play it live?
For the most
Probably.
part, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. He's another Prince, another Kid Rock.
No, man, cool.
Multi-instrumentalist,
I'm-
multi-talented.
Right on. Well, I'm not multi-instrumental necessarily. I could play a little bit of chords on piano, that kind of thing, and a stringed instrument I can make some kind of music with. But fluently, it's just guitar.
Yeah,
And,
that's what I always like to say too. I know where the notes are on the bass, but I am not by no means
Yeah.
a bass player because I'm going to play it like a guitar.
Right. Yeah. Yep. When I pick up a bass guitar, I try to stick to the root because I'm not as I don't know how a bass should go. That's why I like what I hear when Kyle does it.
That's a great way
yeah.
to put it. I think I know how to play bass until somebody actually knows how to play bass, and then I hear it. Oh yeah, that's how it
Yeah.
So here's Dave Nudo topic. What does topic mean, Dave?
So while I was signed to Eminent Music, they were releasing all my music through the Orchard, which actually I'm going to start releasing all my music still through the Orchard. There, it's like linked to Sony, but Brian Wayne Perry, the Perry Group, I think is what it's through. But so that they create this
back in 2019
YouTube page, and so it's not their Dave. They're not Dave Nudo. This is just their Dave Nudo topic page.
But
Gotcha. I don't really even. So I'm gonna have him let me have control of that, so I can, put other
Fix
things
it.
on
Fix
on
it.
there
Get a
that I
cover.
want.
Get a cover. Get a cover photo. Get one of your badass.
Yeah.
I'm motherfucking Dave Nudo pictures, man.
Yeah.
Be that guy.
Yeah. For all the live shows, I've got this ridiculous. I do a lot of sitting in like just solo shows as well. This is how I pay all the bills. So when we're not, when we're not touring, I'm booking all around the Boise area, the Treasure Valley and beyond.
We follow you, so
the
we
Northwest
notice.
kind of.
Yeah, we follow you on
Yeah.
the socials, so we
Oh, yeah,
see you.
yeah.
We see you doing all the things.
You guys
man.
are always. Thanks, appreciate it.
Yeah, well, we're
Yeah.
fans too.
Yeah,
man.
so I got this
Yeah, dude.
gigantic picture of me sitting right next to me, like at all the solo shows, and I'm looking at that thing and how grandiose it looks compared to me sitting in a corner playing music. And I'm
Right.
like pointing out because there's a little link tree thing, QR code for my
Yeah.
link tree on
Yep.
the bottom, and I'm pointing it out and talking about this ridiculously huge picture of myself sitting right next to me. Look at the bottom and use your camera. Oh, so it looks a little silly to me, but it'll look cool it looks good on the side of a bigger stage.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm just scrolling. You guys
Yeah,
keep
those are
talking.
great
You,
shots,
you,
man.
you know,
I
you
see.
know how I roll. I like to pimp out the guest. I like
That's
that
the
one. I like that
one
one,
right there.
motherfucker.
Yep.
Right.
that was created by one of my longtime best friends, Tim Schmidt photo.
Yeah. Right on,
Yeah,
Tim.
he does
Good
some
job.
good work, and we've used those. That picture was the first one he took, and I still use both of
Oh,
those
yeah.
pictures when
Well,
I'm
because
trying to advertise.
yeah, because it still looks like you, man. That's the thing. It's not like you.
Yeah.
I mean, your beard's a
Well,
little
and that
longer.
picture
you know?
there was from Lonesome. My
This
beard kind of fluctuates a little bit, but
Yeah.
I got to trim it up every now and then, keep it straight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other than that, it's all topped out. It doesn't get any longer than that, which is unfortunate. I'd like to have one down to the belly button,
Inquiring minds want to know how long did it take you to get to where you're at currently?
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't cut it in years. Well, actually, that's not true. I let this guy talk me into touching me up before a show one day, and he did it for free. But I come out of there, and my beard's like about 3 inches shorter than it was, and I'm okay. It'll grow back.
What's your wife think?
She, she didn't really give me any shit about it either way. She didn't express very much, enough for me to remember whether she hated it or liked it. So maybe she
Gotcha.
just didn't want to hurt my feelings. I don't know.
That's funny.
Yeah. So what you guys been up to?
Oh, just taking over the world. We're at what, almost in 100 countries now?
Yeah.
Nice.
Probably closing in on 100. We can claim 85 officially. I got to count
Right.
the ones on the website.
Awesome.
Yeah. We just had a surge, man.
Good. Well,
about 2 weeks ago. You know how the internet works. You fall into a rabbit hole. You don't know how people find you. We picked up over 40 countries in 10 days.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right?
So
And
listen,
Vietnam
when the
became
whole
number
world,
2.
when you dominate the whole world, try not to forget about me, would you?
Hell no, dude. No, absolutely not.
We just had this conversation
All
with
right.
another guest.
Yeah.
We
We
hope
did.
it works one of two ways. We hope you dominate the world
Mm-hmm.
and you don't forget about us,
Right.
because
Right.
in turn we're not going to do the same. I mean,
Exactly.
that's the whole
Good.
point of this show
Yeah.
is hopefully one of us blows up and it just helps everybody else and it becomes a whole community,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
all-
Well, you got
it's all
my
about-
phone number, so
We do.
Yeah, and I meant
It's
it,
a-
man. Your music
Yeah.
comes up in my playlist all the time. I'm as much of a fan as I am, humbled to be your friend now. That
Yeah,
was the whole
absolutely.
point of
Yeah.
the show, was to meet cool people that are doing cool things, and especially musicians, because that's our wheelhouse,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, that's cool. I got hooked on another podcast because of the guy who was a member. You guys watch WWE at all?
I used
Probably
to,
not a thing.
Very, very randomly. So.
Oh, for some weird reason, I used to watch it mainly when I was a teenager, late teens, but
Sure.
all throughout my life. If it was on,
Right.
I glued to the TV watching these crazy maniacs beating the hell out of each other. But yeah, I recently started watching over the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. watching it again, and with
Yeah.
all the new characters and all that stuff. And one of those guys is Logan Paul.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
So, yeah, that guy was pretty cool. He's always interviewing a lot of the people that I like to, know stuff about. Not so much of the rock star world. I found this other one for that, but I can't remember the name of it. So I just go to the Chris and Mike show. That way I can hear about all the up and comers and
Right.
whoever else is on there.
We've been pretty blessed, man. Chris has done an amazing job of picking people who are legitimate about what they say they're doing. I'll give him credit for that. You get a
Thank
lot
you.
of people that you
Good.
know are bullshit, and you got to weed those people out.
Right.
Right.
So he's done a great job of weeding out the people who, are just blowing smoke and finding the people who are definitely on their way up, like yourself. Look at what you've done since you've been on this show. You went back, re-recorded that, you put your band back together. We knew you were legitimate just by
Yeah.
hearing your music.
Oh yeah, yeah. So again, I wasn't bullshitting you before the show. We bring up the Lord and the Devil a lot with other musicians we talk to, because we even brought it up to this. We brought it up to a friend of ours, a radio DJ who was here in Arizona forever. Then he went to California and he got riffed. So we had him on the show because I'd always wanted to have him on the show because the dude's got stories like you wouldn't believe. Like he met Lemmy. I mean, he's met Jimmy Page. I mean, I keep telling him, dude, write a book. While you're searching for employment, write a book. Just write a book, man. And he had posted something on his Facebook page yesterday, and I chimed in there, dude, write a book. And the likes of that comment alone are blowing up because it's like, dude, you have disc jockeys because 40 years in music he was as a disc jockey. So you think back 40 years ago, they had the keys to the kingdom, right? You didn't have social media. You didn't have the presence that you can have now as an artist on your own. So the DJs were the gatekeepers. They'd come to the studios, they'd talk, they promote the shows, right? Because you come to town, where are you going? You're doing the radio bit in the morning to promote your show that night. Because there was nothing. It was just radio and TV. So the things that he's done, the people he's sat with, and the interviews he's done, like he told Scott Stapp, he asked Scott Stapp, how hard is it being the world's greatest douche? Right at the height of Creed, because Stapp was a douche
I thought
back
that was
then,
Bono.
right? No, that was a different conversation. But you know what I mean? So those little nuggets of his life, I think, would be a fascinating book. But again, we told him about you because it's just that good of a song that it just blows Mike and I mind that it's hopefully when it's re-released, you take off because, dude, like Mike said, I have it in several different playlists, and it just flows. It just flows with it. It's that's how you know it's a hit, because it just comes up and you automatically start singing to it, and then you're
Nice.
For me anyway, I'm halfway through. I'm like, fuck, that's Dave again. Right on. But you don't think about it when it first comes on. So if people watching this thing in all 85 countries, Google Dave Noodle, the Lord and the Devil. Download it, buy it, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you can find the thing, download and buy it. I guarantee you will love this song. It will be stuck in your head. Sometimes the moments you don't want it stuck in your head, but that's how you know it's a good song. You can't get out of your head.
Yeah, you said it best, man. Halfway through that song, I always say in my head, I'm like, oh, I know that dude.
Yeah.
It's like, I know that dude. That's how good of a song it is. It's just like one of my playlists, it's number
Sure.
2. So when I get in my car, if I want something to listen to on the way to get something to eat and back, I'll always just hit that playlist because I know it's right there. Crank it up so everybody in town can hear it, of course.
It's good. It's good loud too.
Love it.
So I'm excited to hear the new version because the original version is badass. But if the new version is more like how you play it live, which we as musicians can understand that, you can rehearse a song till you're blue in the face, but when you play it live, it's sped up a little bit. The energy's a little bit more elevated there.
little
You're
heavier.
feeding off the crowd. Right, you're feeding off the crowd. You start to kind of improv certain spots. Oh, I could do this here. I could hold this note longer here. I can go up here if I wanted to. I could go down here. So the dynamic changes live.
You know,
And-
that's a good lesson
Absolutely.
for musicians from all three of us. Don't
Yeah.
record your music too soon. Go play it and workshop
Oh,
it. You know, that he just said it best, man.
Yeah.
you're gonna find things that you didn't anticipate in practice.
Yep.
Live is just a whole nother level. Chris and I have said this for years. It might be 100 practices in one show. We always said
Yeah.
10. It literally might be 100. It's that important to go
Yeah.
play your songs live before you go in the studio and record them.
Yeah, and see what's even indicative
Yeah,
with that, like nailing the hammer on the head. The last band I was in, we never played a show live till after it was recorded. And once we started playing live, I'm like, oh, I should have did it this way, because they didn't want to play live.
So you experienced
Yeah.
it firsthand.
Huh?
So
Yeah,
you
I experienced firsthand.
it
I do some
did.
of that with
Yeah,
a lot
But it
of my
sucks
songs are
because-
recorded, and then I go out and play them, and then I regret it. So that's
Yeah.
what I've started finding, is that it's better to have some time on in the saddle with it
Yeah, absolutely.
before you go
have to.
record
so-
it.
There's a
Otherwise,
song
you're
I
just
wrote
trying to
called-
recreate some ideas you had in the
Right.
moment, and
There's a song I wrote called
you
Liquid
don't
Sin.
like it as much.
Right? There's a song I wrote called Liquid Sin, which is about my journey through alcoholism, okay? When we started playing that live, because when I sing my songs, I sing my songs. Like I feel my songs with every, I'm sure you're the same as a vocalist and songwriter. You feel it with every ounce of your body. It's not just, you're not going through the motions ever. It's in my mind, it's always, this is the first time I'm playing the song in front of these people, and they have to feel the emotion that was there when I wrote it. But when just rehearsing it in studio work, you don't get that vibe. So when we started playing out, and especially with that song, we started playing it live, there were so many different things I could do with it vocally, with the way the music was and the improvising and shit. Dude, it's like 1,000 times better live, and the recording version just sucks. I mean, it captures the moment of what I wrote about, and it has a little bit of the energy, but it's fucking doesn't even compare. And back then, there weren't cell phones. You know, it was 2008, so we didn't have the technology we have now. We did the Road to Sturgis tour, so there was nothing that was really captured, because you just had the flip phone still. It was the little Nokias from the Matrix. Remember the Nokia phone from the Matrix? When you beep, and it pops up. That was the phone technology. So there's no way to capture stuff the way you can capture it now unless you have this big recording setup, and we didn't, because we were just a nobody band going to Sturgis. But it's just, yeah. So I champion every band out there. It's great that you can record your music just to learn your music, to learn your songs, but then go play live 6 months, do 6 months worth of shows, whether that's once a week or 4 times a week or whatever the case may be, then go back to the studio. You're going to be amazed the difference. That's why I think a lot of the bands that come out, like Matchbox 20, right? Their first album was phenomenal, but because they played those songs for years and years and years, their second song, their sophomore projects always flop. Why? They don't have time to go play live. When you're on tour, when the Lord and the Devil breaks, and that's going to be your encore song after your other 14 songs you play, you're not going to have time to introduce new music. And when you do, the fans are going to be like, okay, beer run, because they want to hear the hits.
You're right.
And that's the catch with being a band that starts rising, right? Because you got to introduce your new shit, but you can't really introduce your new shit because people don't want to hear your new shit. They want to hear the shit that's playing on the radio right now that got you where you are.
Yeah.
And you know it as well as I do. So does Mike. When you get those new songs, what's the crowd do? Beer run, bathroom, and then, you know. So that's the thing. It's hard. So, you know, maybe come up with an alternative name. You know, like the Skip Tracy band, and then every now and then go play live under Skip Tracy with the songs that, you know, nobody knows who you are. You know, don't wear your cowboy hat and sunglasses. Just, you know, maybe pull the hair back in a ponytail and, you know,
show up
braid the beard.
I should always call this guy here. Show up, you know, the hair's all back. It's in a braid usually when I show up to the show. Set up all my gear. I'm Dave's roadie, right? And then, then I go out and change my hat and show back up as that other guy in the picture. You know?
Dave's roadie. Dave's roadie.
Yep.
That's a good name. Roadie Dave. There you go. Call yourself Roadie Dave as your side project, and then you can go exploit your new music.
I like it, Roadie Dave.
And then get the work up from that. You know.
And then when people
that's a great idea.
Then when people come up and talk to you in that character, always remain in that character. So like when they say, "Hey, will you?" If they talk to you as Dave Nudos, just say, "Hey, I'll let him know when I see him."
Yeah. Yes.
That would really throw people for a loop, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Be like, aren't you that?
I've actually
aren't you-
said stuff like that.
Yeah, aren't you that guy? No. No, that's not me. I get that all the time. That's
ready
not.
to
That's
go
not
when I
me.
see.
That's not me.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not me.
I'm not that guy.
I'm a Jody. I know. Yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, that's lessons to be learned, kids. If you're in a band starting out, do live shows. It's worth 10 practices all in one. You
So-
know, especially when you mess up.
Oh,
Go ahead.
absolutely.
So with that said,
Go ahead,
Dave,
Mike.
Yeah,
because the song is so important, where did you go re-record it, and what was your mentality? Because we feel partly responsible in this happening.
We do.
So I want to
We
hear
do.
the story, and where was your mind when you went in the studio this time with knowing that song is important? I think you understand that as well. Where'd you go do it, and what was your mindset when you went in to do it?
Yeah, you should start this conversation, Answer, with thank you,
Well-
Chris and Mike, for pushing me to do so.
Well, no, so I did the drums over at the Tonic Room here in Boise, Idaho.
Yeah.
This guy's done some good recordings for a few famous people. He's mentioned the names and I knew them, and I don't know them very well, but very popular at some point. And needed to get some get some recording done while they were on the road, and they went there to the Tonic Room. And anyway, he's got a pretty cool setup for getting live drum sound, and he's got all the right tools, and I enjoy working with him. His name's Jason at the Tonic Room there in Vista, off of Vista in Boise. And also, I have one of my best friends. He and I have worked together quite a bit and doing some kind of like duo shows and that kind of stuff. And he has a pretty great recording studio and a killer vision for music. And so I'm letting him like help produce me on a lot of this stuff. Anyway, I re-recorded all the guitars there, and except for the guitar solo on the Lord of the Devil, Ronnie Long did that for me. He's the new guy in the band, and the mindset is just really, make it. Those other guys were session players in Nashville, so it's going to be great music, whether whether you like it or not. It's going to be perfectly just well made. And my goal and my mindset was to come in and into the studio and play as well as they do, and but have a little bit more guided towards country rock versus like country radio. And that's what I got out of my band,
Awesome.
Mhm.
and the way that I play guitar is a little different than what you'd hear in out of a Nashville session player anyway. But so that was the idea is, give it a little bit more sack, I'm not sure if we sped it up because I like the way it sounds,
I
the
like
way that
tempo,
the
for sure.
tempo was.
Yeah.
I like playing it live a little faster.
Yep.
I think it needs to be played live a little faster, but listening to
Everything
it on
does.
over, whatever, your car stereo or whatever, it's like, it's good. It's a good tempo. So I left that alone.
Cool.
Betting on a bullet. I think we left the tempo the same on that too, but that was one of those ones where I recorded several years ago and I've played it live over all these years. And I sing it better. I've lived with the song for so long. I've got it down exactly the way I want it in every little spot. And that's what I recorded. And that was the mindset of going in for that. How do I was just happy to be putting out a new song again. And Andrew Chappell did most of the guitar work on that for me, and the drums and the bass. He's kind of an all-around musician. Boy, if you ever get a chance to get him on your podcast, I would. Andrew Chappell.
Who is it?
Pretty impressive guy.
I follow
Well,
him.
hook us up.
More of a
along with you
country.
on- I follow
hook
him
us up,
along
hook
with
us
you
up.
on Facebook, Dave. If you can make that happen, tell him to go register himself as a guest or help him do
Kristen,
that or whatever. We'd love
Yeah.
to have him. I follow his music as well.
Okay,
okay.
so this is
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I want to show you something funny because I was gonna pull up Lord of the Devil. Okay. This is on YouTube. I just typed in Dave Noodle, the Lord and the Devil. Number one is your video, Dave, and number two is the Chris and Mike show short about your
nice.
song. How crazy is that, man?
I love that.
That's outstanding.
That's awesome.
And then, that's like before. Like that's cool right there because I was gonna pull this shit up and just you know because I like it. I like the
That's
song.
good. I sure
like it a
appreciate
lot.
you guys spreading the word.
It's a great
Hey,
song,
man.
dude. It just
Yeah.
is. It got stuck in my head from the moment I've heard it, and I've heard it probably 200 times since then, minimum.
I'm
Yeah, I tried to stay true to the way that the guitars were played for the most part, but
This is the line.
Everybody's looking for something good or something bad, even though they shouldn't. A little bit of heaven right here on earth, a little hell if that's what works. Someone saved on the dance floor.
I love that, dude. Now that you explain the line at 3 a.m. in the morning, it hits even better. It hits even better because knowing the context behind it, that's the cool thing about it. You don't give away the story of the song, but when you give insight to why it was written, that to me is cool because I don't like when artists will, they tell the world what the song is about. Like, motherfucker, don't do that. Everybody has their own interpretation. But I love the origin story of how it was written and where, because I've had those 3 a.m. moments, man. They're fucking frustrating because you think you remember, and you won't remember. So you got to get up and get out of bed. You got to go write it down. That's just, I'm telling you. And the beginning, it's just a hook. It's a hook. The hook, you hooked from the beginning of that. So I'm really excited to hear the new version, the updated recorded version.
Yeah.
I am. I'm super stoked for that.
It's pretty similar, but I think, like I said, a little more balls, and also the way that the vocals were mixed in the chorus on that original version. It's almost I wasn't very stoked about the way the lead vocal just sort of disappears into the music quite a bit for the chorus, which is
I'm glad you said that because
on the original version.
Me about that one too.
It's still good though.
That doesn't happen anymore.
Still good though. Okay, but it's still good though.
Oh, it's still
a good.
No, I like it, but
I like to hear things like that because that tells me that he's just as in tune with the production value as he is as an artist, right? Some artists are not in tune with what should sound good because I don't think they have an ear for it. I would never tell you that, Dave, because it's a great song, but I think it's going to be better when I hear it the way that now you intended it for that lead vocal to still be there with the background vocals ducked underneath it, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I like it better, so
I think
hopefully you will too. Yeah,
we will. We like everything from Dave Noodle, man. We're fans.
Well, I like to listen to the music that I made up too, because that's what I've always said is I like making music that I want to listen to. So and if that means I'm emulating certain guys or I'm all over the map with my influences, including like gangster rap from the 90s and that kind of stuff, but hip hop and R&B and all that and obviously country and metal. But so it all makes its way in there, and it's all based out of some kind of music that I like or liked at one point. So
yeah.
I'm glad you guys agree with me on it.
Absolutely, man.
Well,
always have.
Traditionally, I would not consider myself a country music fan unless it's either done in the traditional vein or if you start adding the elements of rock into it, which you do so well. A lot of it's subtle, but it's always there.
Thanks. Thank you. And I like to think a lot of times my vocal delivery comes from a little more influence on the heavier stuff rather than country singing necessarily.
No, that's why I like that song off the bat because the music was country, but your voice has kind of got that cool little southern rock raspy drawl.
Like a Ronnie Van Zant.
Sure.
Delivery more.
There you go.
You have that attitude.
Good stuff.
it's that Dave Nudo. You got your personality in there.
Yeah.
You know?
It's that motherfucking Dave Nudo.
Right on.
Chris was the same way. You always knew it was him because his attitude came out in the song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah. Yeah. You
My
just feel
biggest, probably my biggest like influence. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Your biggest
Okay.
influence is what? Yeah.
I was just gonna say one of my most major influences probably was like James Hetfield and you know, like Ozzy Osbourne and those kind of guys. I just loved that sort of music the most. And then I don't think I'll ever get into that, you know, death growling kind of stuff. But you know, heavy music's always been at the forefront of my, you know, listening since as far back as I can remember. But yeah, so there's a lot of that influence, you know, Chuck Billy from Testament and all those kind of guys. I don't know if you guys are into heavier music like that, but
I love it.
Mike is.
It's my favorite.
Okay,
I used to be a Metallica fan, but I'm more like a metalhead nowadays.
Okay, so here's a question. Okay, because this is fascinating. Your answer is going to fascinate me. You just like slid off all the metal off your tongue, and you're a metalhead, all that kind of jazz, but you're doing country music. Why?
Great question.
Because of the fucking arthritis and stuff, you know, in the neck there.
Okay.
I didn't want.
Okay.
Here's what happened. I was in 2010. I was the front man, and I played guitar, not lead guitar, but rhythm guitar, for a band I formed with a couple of other dudes called Primalodic. And we went to Reno and played at the Knitting Factory there. And I came back with a kink in my neck that never went away. So I was like, man, I can't do this forever. Plus, I've been writing songs. I started out in a country band, rock and blues kind of cover band.
Okay.
And I wrote a few tunes with those guys, and they didn't really want to pursue original music, so to speak. So I kind of moved on and got into a little more heavier stuff.
Okay.
Hard rock called 12 Gauge Fuse. And then, but I'd all along been writing songs with my acoustic guitar in my hand. So you can turn pretty much anything you write on an acoustic guitar into something the country folks would like, you know, country music lovers would like. Yeah. And that's why I call it country rock, because it's always based off of all of that stuff rather than traditional country music necessarily.
Okay. Good answer, man. Good answer.
That was very
because
close.
that just yeah.
That was very close to our style, Dave. I mean, when Metal Blade came to us, the A&R rep, here was his comment. I can't put my finger on your sound. There's something unique about it. It shouldn't be unique, but I just can't figure it out. Chris had a very southern drawl to his voice. My guitar playing was basically the blues with the distortion cranked up, right? Increase the tempo and turn the distortion up, and now you got rock and roll or metal or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
But it's all based in that, like you said, a lot of those songs I initially wrote on an acoustic guitar because my teacher told me if it sounds good without amplification, it's a good song. But if you're hiding behind the distortion and then you strip all that away, you got to strip it all away because sometimes it sucks, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So I always started either playing my electric not plugged in, or I would grab an acoustic and make sure that chord combination sounded good or those notes worked right there.
Yeah.
So like you said, if you slow that down just a little bit, now you basically have country / southern alt rock or whatever.
Sure.
It becomes the Black Crowes or Molly Hatchet or
right.
Nemesis.
Dave Nudo.
Dave Nudo.
Awesome. That's a hell of a list to be in. Thanks, guys.
Right. Well, Nemesis was us, man. We're not climbing the world like you are right now. You know, but it's still cool. It's still cool to have you on. And
we're
talk
working
about
on
music and shit. Yeah. You'll get there.
Cool.
I had a couple broken rungs in the ladder, so.
What's that, Mike?
Yeah.
It's cool to talk to people who are going through the same thing that we did when we were on our way up. You know, we understand your journey. We know where you're at. And to have watched what you've done since you were on here the first time, it's obvious you're working your ass off because You're getting your name out there more. I see you. Did you make a move recently?
Yeah, I moved to Boise, Idaho.
Was that for just more exposure?
There's a lot more music venues here than there were up in Cambridge where I was living. And I'm a small town guy. It's the way I like to live. I know everybody in town and that kind of stuff. And, but it's a little harder getting around with all the traffic here, but there's a lot more places to play, and I can stay busy not every day of the week, but every week. So
that's good.
And this is the only thing I do to pay the bills. So
right. We talked about that last time. Yeah.
Yeah. Just gotta be where it's happening, and not to mention, when I met my wife, she lived in, 2 hours a different direction, and we kind of met right here in the middle, and that's where we planted our feet for now anyway.
How long have you guys been together?
2 years. 2 years. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the months just rip on by, but we got married last June.
Cool.
And so we're coming up on an anniversary. That'll be cool. But yeah, she's been such a benefit to helping me get, stay busy, stay focused, and just always there as a support. It's really nice. That was the only way it was ever going to work out. So,
well, yeah. I told my wife on our first date, I'm a musician. This is what I want to do with my life. Went the whole gamut, and she's still with me 31 years later. So it's,
awesome.
It's awesome to have somebody that supports you and believes in you and, realizes that you're not just
absolutely
some podunk that really can't go anywhere with what you want to do. Because there's people out there like that,
You got to give those women credit because there's so many guys who say, I want to be a musician and then never do the work, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of wannabes out there. Back in the day, we're all about the same age. We called them posers, right?
Yep. Yeah.
We actually went out there and did the work, man. We played for the bartender and the guy sweeping the floor on Monday night at 11 o'clock at night, or Sunday night, worse yet, at 10 o'clock at night when nobody's there. We paid our dues. We played hundreds, thousands of shows where nobody was there. And then all of a sudden,
until everybody was there.
That's right. Then all of a sudden you're opening up for names that people have heard of, household names, and the show's packed. It's Saturday night at 7 o'clock. You're the opening act. And you look out and you're like, man, I did it. I found a brotherhood who was of common mind, and, here we are. That's an amazing feeling. Chris has said it 100 times on this show. It's something that you're never going to know what that feels like unless you've been there.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. And there's nothing better than being the opening act and getting the crowd, cheering and applauding and just like, holy shit, who are these guys? That's the greatest feeling in the world, because they came to see somebody else, and we walk on the stage and just in your face 3 straight songs, and then they have no choice but like, holy shit, who are these guys?
You just see
and you show up with your A game too.
Yeah, you do see it on their faces, absolutely. Because you get that skill. What the fuck are these guys? Wow. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Hey, they can play.
It's that. I like that Hetfield has a thing where he talks about when he's on stage, he'll find one fan in the crowd that he can lock eyes with, and then that's his moment for the rest of the show. He just knows where that person is, and any times he feels whatever he feels, he just finds that guy and locks eyes.
I've heard
and
that story.
And you can't tell. You can't tell, because I used to lock eyes with people, but they can't tell you're locking eyes with them because the lights are on our face.
Yeah.
So we really can't see them as much as they think we can, and vice versa, because there's the ghost. We're just this shower of light, of white light, right? There's the ghost. The ghost. See the ghost? I got to do this to get the ghost to go away. Go away, ghost. So that was always cool watching people's reactions, because they always had that, who the fuck are these guys? Where's the band I want to see?
Yeah, right.
you know. And then by the time we got to finished our third song, which then they're like, oh, okay, all right, I like these guys. What's next?
Let's just see what they have to offer then.
Right, and because that's the
pretty-
vulnerability of a musician, right? You do the same thing when you play all these different shows. Some people don't know who you are, you know.
Yeah.
And then you get through a
That's
couple
the
songs.
beauty of getting to open up for.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of getting to open up for a pretty mainstream band, because you're getting in front of people that have never heard of you before, and if they like you, that's a pretty good thing. I got this song called "So Far So Good" that I wrote specifically to get the crowd involved, you know, and
Cool.
that's what I get them to chant with, not chant with me, but to say when it's the time of the song, you know, it's the chorus and it's the hook. So, but and I got 4,000 people out in front of me ready to watch Brantley Gilbert, and and they all yelled it. They all yelled "So far so good" when I asked them to. So that was awesome. It was like, okay, this is a good idea. I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah. That's,
you know,
that's
I'm just waiting for it to be on the radio, and every town I go to, everybody already knows it, so that I don't have to tell them the name of the song and that kind of stuff.
That's the best feeling in the world, man. When the crowd sings back to you. Best feeling in the world.
For sure.
Yeah.
Nothing can
absolutely.
match that.
Because then you know you
no
got
doubt
that hive mind going. We're all on the same page now.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and if you can do or say things that makes that large amount of people feel something and move with you on it, that's pretty awesome.
Absolutely, man.
I'm looking forward to Velocita and Bruce Gambino getting me out further than I can get myself into a little bit bigger venues than I would get myself into. That's all still kind of in the works. And now that I've got some new music to put out, and I think the wheels are starting to turn for that kind of thing too. So
Hi,
looking
Bruce.
forward to hopefully getting on some kind of tours with some other folks.
Yeah, I haven't talked to Bruce in a while,
for
man.
Some bigger crowds.
Bruce must be really busy, because Bruce and I used to talk every week, man. You know.
Oh yeah.
I'll have to poke the bear.
Yeah, he's got a lot more going on these days too. He's making changes.
I figured.
He's finally down to it. Yeah, I think he's got all of his stuff moved over to where he's living now instead of where it was.
Cool.
So now he's ready to rock.
Yeah, Bruce is good people, man. He's really good people.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, he introduced us to you, so you know that says something right there.
Oh, right.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
I got this country star named Dave Nudo, man. You're gonna love him. You need to get him on the show, Chris. Just get him on the show. I promise, dude. I promise.
Well, turns out he was right.
Yeah, I think we had about a month and a half of straight Velocita musicians. It was crazy. It was just like this swarm of artists from Bruce. And I really, you're the one that stood out the most to us. I don't know why, but you know.
Well, I sure appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, after talking to him for as long as we have, it's pretty clear that we grew up listening to pretty similar kinds of music.
Yeah.
And we approach the music business from almost an identical standpoint.
True.
Sure.
You know, I just think, no disrespect to any other artist that ever comes on here, but the reason that we praise you so much is you get to know people after you talk to them on an intimate level like this. You know, you're learning about your life, how you came up through it, and just the little nuggets that I pulled out as far as you liked metal. That's where my heart lies. Half the time I sit down to play my guitar, Dave, I start playing what people would call pretty, beautiful music. But when I turn on music, a lot of times I gravitate towards Pantera and Testament and Megadeth and Metallica. You know,
me too.
it makes you want to move, you know, but I also gravitate towards reggae and Motown music, and you know, I'm a closet disco fan.
Nice.
I just like music that makes you want to move. But I agree with you that half the time I pick up my guitar to write music, now I want to write what I'm feeling in my soul and in my heart. And a lot of times that's not metal, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm the same way. And then other times I pick up a guitar and I go straight back to when I was playing for, those other bands.
Oh, a million.
Play those heavy riffs, and I love that too.
I like music.
And I just love it.
I like riffs that scare people. I always found that.
Yeah.
I always found that so hilarious that just the tone of the music, people put a name on. Like, now this is devil music, or that's evil.
Right.
Like,
Right.
it's just music,
Yeah.
man. We were just talking about it. If
It's
I
that
turn the
tritone.
distortion off, now it's not so scary.
Right.
Before I had an amp that would do
Oh,
that, I was like, man, this isn't scary at all. This is an E chord and an F chord. That's what that is.
Right. Well,
What else you want to guys? What else you want to guys
it's
talk about?
12:30. It's 12:30 my time.
It's 11:30. It's 11:30 a.m. my time. We can wrap this up if you want, man. I know you got shit to do in your front yard. Your wife's
No, I just was making-
out there working. I'm
No.
good. I still got like 5 minutes before I got to
think-
bounce. So if you guys want to wrap things
Yeah,
up,
okay, that's all I was worried about.
Yeah. So it's up to you guys. We can keep going. We can keep talking. We can, don't want to keep you from your projects during the day and all that kind of fun stuff. So you let us know. We're good either way, brother.
Hey, man, I'm getting out of yard work right now, so
This is true. this is true. So Mike, you got to keep Dave on for like 4 hours. It'll be the longest episode ever.
well,
We'll try
if my
and do
phone
a
charger was in
record.
here with me, looks like my phone's about to die in about 12%. So maybe not in 4 hours.
Well, we can wrap up with Chris then.
Yeah.
You're welcome back here anytime, Dave.
Yeah, anytime. Yeah, in fact, you need to come back once you got that stuff released, the new versions of both those two songs. We have you come back and we can pimp that stuff out and tell people where to find all that kind of jazz because
Yeah.
we're all about
All right.
Dave Nuno, and that's, man, we love you. So anytime you want to come back, and if you want to ever come back with some of your bandmates, we'd be cool with that too. Bring the whole band with you one time.
That'd be
We've
awesome.
had. We
Yeah,
had a
that'd be
band.
cool.
I think we had a band. We had Devils by Definition. Their band, their entire band came on. We had a group from South Africa. They were on the whole
cool.
band,
We had two members of Gibson and Company.
right? Yep, they were on. We had someone
That's
was
a
from
band
Ireland.
you would like, Dave. Sorry. to
Oh
interrupt
yeah,
you.
Gibson
You
Company.
Would like
Yeah,
Gibson
you would.
and Company. They're out of Canada.
Canada, But really, they're kind of your kind of style,
They're
really
another
super
one
nice
that
guys,
comes
Hey,
off
what's their name?
Gibson and Company. It's actually
Yeah.
Gibson, the Ampersand
Yep.
CO.
Yeah, like Gibson guitar. Yeah,
Okay.
good band. I think you'd like them too. I do. And look up the Quarantine. Sean Martin. I think you'll dig his music too. Now knowing that you have that metal background, I think you'll dig
You'll
the
love
Quarantine stuff. Yeah.
Sean plays
Yeah,
some
right on.
amazing riffs.
Yeah, he's a good human too, like you, dude. He's got a good soul. Just genuine human. Good life resume. Like really good life resume. That dude went from being in the military to chaos.
He was a paratrooper, right?
Yeah. Had some
Very
some
cool.
struggle. Yeah, had some struggles, PTSD and shit. Really, just traveled
Right.
what did you say, Mike? Back in coast to coast 8 times in the United States, just driving, looking for the right people. Like just
Wow.
really.
Well, if you get a chance and you think about it, if you could send me a link, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
We can do that. We can do that. Cool. All right, boys and girls. He's Dave Nudo. DaveNudo.com. Just Google him. You're going to find all his stuff. He's absolutely amazing. Somebody walking to my door. Yep. I'm going to get killed one of these days, I swear to God.
I can't see it now.
If you're feeling depressed and suicidal, I don't know how you could feel depressed and suicidal if you watch our show when it comes out. So maybe just do that. Just stay alive to watch our show twice a week, because that'll just keep you in the right mindset. But if you are struggling and you're having a bad day, go run, go journal, go scream at a pillow, go find someone to talk to. If you can't find somebody to talk to, text 988. Somebody's standing by. They're willing to talk you off that cliff. Recently, if you watch Storage Wars, Daryl Sheets played lollipop with a handgun and killed himself. He lived in Lake Havasu City. His son lives somewhere around me in Queen Creek, and I don't get the mindset with that. There's his son would have talked to him, and there was an image of him a couple hours prior to where he was out in the community walking his dogs. It's just makes no sense to me, man. Just don't do it. Don't leave a hole in somebody else's heart. It's you know, you're gonna ruin their lives because you take your own. So text 988. Somebody's there to help you, help you feel better. Tomorrow's always a better day with you waking up in it. For the Chris and Mike show, I'm Chris. He's Mike. This is the fantastic Dave Nudo. We so appreciate your time, man. We know how busy you are. You gracing us with your presence means a lot to us. Not only the first time, but the second time. So keep us posted on all your things, and we'll get you back on as soon as we can and have another conversation with you. Until next time, everybody.
Right on, man.
Thanks again, brother.
Thanks, Dave.
Appreciate you guys.
Love you guys.
Love you, man.